God's Pirate here, and oh, the retired life. It's definitely decent. You can basically come out here and do anything you want. And with that much said, I'm the type of person that likes to keep myself busy, anyways. And I do a lot of different things, but one of my main jobs is going out here and working for gig apps. And my biggest app up until recently was actually DoorDash. And I've got to learn a lot of things. I started doing it full time, so I started getting to where I was recognizing a pattern. Watching people like Pedro and Gig Wars and watching Miko the Entrepreneur, three of my favorite channels, by the way. You gotta go check them out. I realized something, and I've stated this several times on several videos. DoorDash acts exactly like a temp service, a day-by-day temp service. And what I mean by that is, well, you're just a number. You're going to bring in so much, and every day you basically start all over. There is no credibility. You don't get credit for working the day before. You get paid, but that's it. But that's what a temp service does. With this much said, I want to explain to everybody why I'm not top dasher right now, which is, for me and in my personal life, is important for me. Because if I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and if I want to go out here and dash, I got that opportunity. Unless I schedule, if I'm not a top dasher, I don't get that opportunity. And what's really weird is, recently I've noticed that even if I schedule in advance, like today, the schedule will just disappear, which I still got to look into that and find out what happened to the schedule I made prior. But the biggest problem I have with DoorDash right now is the account of just greed, the way they actually put this together. They put it together exactly like a temp service. The more people you work, the merrier for them. You see, during the summertime, I cannot be a top dasher. There's too many people out here hustling for a side job. I'm not jealous. I'm not mad. Hey, go for what you know. Good luck. Put some money in your pocket. But more importantly, it's the fact that a lot of people who are a very young age that actually know how to use the app, most of the time, the money that they're using is not necessarily theirs. A lot of them don't even understand the tipping idea. They know what a tip is, but they're not going to tip. They're kids. So during the summertime, and most of the time, when they're not in school and they get hungry, instead of eating lunch at school, well, sometimes they won't eat at the house. They'll order off DoorDash. They made a few dollars or got an allowance, or most importantly, they might have made the money themselves. I don't know. But what they do is they'll get on there and they will play on the app. I know this for a fact. This is my third year and third summer where I will actually see the customers if it says hand it to me, and I'll realize that 12-year-old that didn't tip me didn't really understand that, and didn't have to understand that this is my pay. They don't have to tip. It's not mandatory, so under their way of thinking, they're not going to. They're going to try to save as much money as possible. When you're dealing with an adult, they will stand there and they will understand that tipping is probably going to help me become more successful on not only getting your food there, but probably put it as a priority. And I'll tell you what I mean. A lot of times, if you get a no-tip order, I will guarantee you, 99% of these drivers out here, up until recently, they won't touch it. Even during COVID, I stood there and I've watched YouTube videos of places like Chipotle with 15, 20 bags stacked up with no tip orders during the summer of 2021 and close to the summer of 2022. So it doesn't bother me that I'm not a top dasher during the summer. It doesn't even bother me that yesterday I got 8 no tip pizza orders in a row. I understand this. This is part of the game. But I also know that I still have bills to pay, even though I'm semi-retired. I still have children to raise, and I still have a wife. I have to provide. And if I stand there and if I do the calculations fast enough and realize that it's not worth my time, well, I'm going to drop it. The problem is, when I drop it, I have to wait for the next one. And since DoorDash thought it a good idea, business-wise, to oversaturate the area, they have the upper hand. And they will continue to have the upper hand up until school starts and the season is out. And after that, well, I'll go back to getting busy again, and I know for a fact I will eventually be top dasher. For me, top dasher only means one thing. You're not cherry picking. It means you are willing to take some orders that's not necessarily going to pay you correctly. I mean, I appreciate the fact that a lot of us are top dashers, and 95% of the time I am until the summer comes, and then 95% of the time I'm not. There's a good reason why. I'm not out here to work for free. I'm not out here to burn my gas just to put... I'm not here to pay the gas man, to pay the gas stations. I'm here to put money in my pocket, just like all the other things that I do. It has to be a profit at the end of the day. I'm not here to keep myself busy. I got a lot of things to do around here to keep myself busy. So I don't go to DoorDash. And although I do love that job in certain aspects, like delivering medicine or delivering food to people who can't seem to get out or don't have a ride, I don't have no problem with that. And the most important thing is, I don't ask for a lot per mission, as we state, whether you accept or decline. Number one thing is, you can decline it. But the number two thing is, a lot of time when my pay does come up, it's not what I agreed to. It's often lower. So during this summer, no, I probably won't be top dash, but I'm fine with it because I know I'm going to continue pushing. I'm going to continue hustling. I'm going to continue grinding. But I'm not going to give Dasher the credit they think they deserve, because the only thing I see them doing right now is taking a very big advantage over people in general to make a profit. Most businesses do that, but they're getting to where they bent the rules so much. I'm telling you, it's not going to take this much longer. They're going to start going to court because they bent it so much. It's about to break. They're really close to breaking the law. Very close. In fact, I know for a fact they've broken quite a few of them. But until we step up and we start making better decisions for ourselves and start calling DoorDash on what they are doing, no sense in even talking about it. So, let's make this under 9 minutes. I am not a tap dasher, and I won't be until August. I'm not playing that game. No one should play that game. We use all of our resources. The only resource DoorDash gives us is the opportunity. When DoorDash starts paying for my phone bill, when they start paying me for my, use of the car, when they start paying me gas money, just like, a UPS driver or a United States Postal Service driver or anybody else, don't talk to me about how I'm supposed to take these low ball or no tip orders. When I see it paying, then I'll move. Nah, it's going to be a while before I become a top dasher again.